We're live. Are we live? Yep. We're Hi y'all. How are you, lovies? Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Yes, y'all can make fun of me. Jen's wearing a sweater in August. It's this cool snap we've had. My body has not had a chance to adjust to it, and it is revolting. Okay. It's all right. Fall is my favorite time of the year, so I'm actually looking forward to it. All right. I see questions. I'm starring. And I do want to give a shout out to my mods. Terry, thank you for putting the coffee link in. My mods work hard. I don't think we've had any trolls in here for a very long time. But I want to personally thank, I appreciate you. We're focusing on more gratitude. So I want to make sure that I express my gratitude for all of you, everyone in the chat room. I love our little family, and it's growing. We have lots of new subscribers. So if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome to the crazy. All right. I'm going to let questions be open and let it run for a few minutes. We've got room, so go ahead and throw them in there. Happy Trump Day. Okay. What's going on in the news? Let's keep our prayers open and powerful for the school shootings this morning. I think there's 2 of them. Catholic schools. Now, this is where the deep state will get desperate and do horrible, cruel things because they have no value of human life. They activate MK Ultra people, they pay them, make promises, that kind of stuff. So, unfortunately, the innocent will suffer. Okay, so let's hold them in prayer. Let's hold anyone in prayer that needs it health-wise, spiritual health, mental health, physical health, all of the above. As a reminder, tomorrow I'm going to hold a special Zoom meeting. We've got quite a few, a couple dozen have already signed up. I have received all your emails, and I have created a list. And you'll get an invite, whether you can make it or not. You'll still get an invite. And then as soon as I'm done converting the recorded video, you'll get a copy of it. Okay. All right. I'm still starring. Things are getting crazy out there, which we expected. This morning's oracles, we're still swimming, but we're having gratitude and kind of a reflection of how far we've come. Some have been awake longer than others, but that's okay. Whether it's a short journey or a long journey, I want you to reflect on how far we've come. Is it done yet? Not quite. We still have a lot of work to do, but we're getting there. All right. I think that's all the things that I had listed for announcements. And I was asked if the meeting tomorrow in Zoom was going to be complicated. No, it's not. I'm just going to present some things, probably some things you guys have already seen. I'm going to use some of Bo Pony's slides because he's already created them and they're great. I'll just help explain them. So it's not going to be complicated at all. There's a lot of scripture, but I'm not going to read every word because we'd be there for 4 weeks. So, but I encourage you all to come and I'll just point out some highlights and what to look for. And I think it's important, regardless of your views on the Bible that we have, use your discernment. You don't have to listen to me. All right. Yeah. Where is Roman? Is he okay? I worry about him. I hope he didn't run off because I called him a loser out of love and fun. Um, Charlene, I just saw your question. I won't start. I'll just go ahead and answer it. Posting here, I'll pop it up here. The video in humanitarian chat or sending to each person that asks for a copy. I'd prefer to keep it just to the ones who've requested a copy or to join. If the people in the humanitarian, like on Telegram, if they want me to post a video, I don't own those channels. So if Terry says it's okay, I can post the video over there. And the Soul Family chat. If I get permission, I will, but I don't want to just throw it in there and it not be welcome. And that's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. So I just wanted to clear that up. All right. Start some more. Yeah, if Roman's listening, we miss you and we're hoping you're okay. Okay. Let's jump into coffee questions. You can put a few more in the chat or coffee, wherever, it doesn't matter. We'll get started. Let me bring up this extra camera. And we'll get going. Miss Angie has the first one today. Thank you for the coffees, by the way. They are much appreciated. I thank you for all you do. You're very welcome. I can't think of a question without writing a book. Okay. A message or push or smack on the head from Spirit would be helpful. All right, Miss Angie, you ready? Let's see. Let's see what Spirit wants you to focus on. And congratulations once again on your job. Okay. Spirit is emphasizing you've got a lot of distractions in your life. Those are going to be the ones that take you down. Now, let me explain. As I star. Roman, there you are, honey. Hello. When we get distracted with things that we can't control or things that are just petty worries that, like I said, things that we can't control, those are the things that absolutely kind of wear us down and we just kind of surrender and say, I'm done. All right. There are things going on in your life that you absolutely have no control over, that you worry. And maybe it's daydreaming. Don't stay in that mode too long because you can get so distracted that you lose focus on what your purpose is. Now, you've been working on your spirituality, but you're kind of stuck. So this card next to this, it's hard to explain. How they talk to each other. This guy is saying, if you want to get unstuck, Don't focus down here. This guy's looking down here. God's putting something else in front of your face that you're not looking at. Okay. Refocus. Okay. In the future, this is going to spark something exciting in your life. Emotionally get excited. If you can refocus, maybe you're really, really worried about the finances and the 3D stuff. Yes, it's necessary because we do live here, but don't make that your only focus. Oh, do you need to learn some patience, Miss Angie? So your smack upside the head today is ground. Get grounded again. Get your head out of the clouds. Release anything that you can't control. All right. In the past, you were focused on your spirituality. This is in the past position. And then you got stuck because your focus is somewhere else. I want you to redirect your energy to spirituality. Okay. So that's your smack in the head. I hope it felt good. All right. Roman, have you been in jail? Sorry. Not sorry. I'm teasing. All right. Someone, Miss Mary, is this you? I don't know who it is. Yes, Winks. He goes, it's 111. Yes, it is. Good afternoon, Jen. I have been trying to get a payment from my son since Saturday through Zelle. 3 times the bank's connection was lost, and I not have issue resolved. You not have issue resolved. Okay, you had not much money. Is PNC on the list of banks that will be failing? Please and thank you. Good question. All right, Mary, let's find out where this money is at. So you try to the money tries to transfer, and then the bank app, are you using an app, I guess, and it just fails the connection. Is PNC going to be a bank that fails? I know of the bank, but I don't know anything about it. Will they fail? Curious to know if they've had any like massive closures. Have they closed down a lot of those banks? That's a good indication. No, but they are being watched very closely. Now, I'll also explain what Wings is showing me, that there's interference right now. Someone is trying to interfere with the transaction, meaning once the transition is on its way, being wired, somebody's trying to intercept it and take it from your son's account instead of going into yours, put it in theirs. Dirty deeds of the tricksters. It'll still be around, but they're being watched very closely. I guess it's more vulnerable to hacking, if that makes sense, by the bad guys. It'll still be there, but it's being cleaned up. Okay. I don't think, yeah, you're gonna be fine. It'll be fine. It'll come out of this, but they've got some glitches. They have some problems right now. This is the bad guys. I'm telling you, every time we think we're getting to the finish line, they try this crap. So I'd give it a little bit of time, let it clean up. Okay. You might just have your son mail it snail mail. It might get there faster. Just saying. Okie dokie. Let me refresh this and then we'll get started. Okay, that's it for the coffees. Let's jump over here. I want to make sure I get all these starred ones. Roman's been off learning. You's getting educated. Okay. All right, Joe Petrie, I got yours. Roman, you just doing some soul searching, honey. That's all right. All right. Star there. We're getting there. Whew. It was me that launched the lesson. Oh, dear. Is this where I apologize? I don't know. Okay. I am going to, let's pause. Mods, if we can pause, just pause. Let me see how fast I can get through 18 questions. And if we got time, we'll open them back up. I think I can get them. Oh, Roman, honey, I was just teasing you, sweetheart. But it makes you think, if you were triggered by it, what did you need to figure out for yourself? Okay, I understand. Oh gosh, Eva's in here man hunting, batten down the hatches. She's on the hunt. All right, let's jump into these star questions. Miss Lisa has the first one. Was Venezuelan President Maduro arrested? I sure hope so. I kind of think that he was taken out a long time ago. This is just all for show on the news, but we'll see. I saw a post last night. Is it real or fake? Good question. All right. Has Maduro been arrested? Yes. But I understand why they're doing it. They have to put this out there so they can kick off the RV because the boulevard has to revalue. Yeah, they're getting things in motion in Venezuela. There's your strong yes. Absolutely. These are all yes cards. Absolutely. They had to do this um in order to get things moving along because Venezuela Boulevard has been stagnant and going downhill for all summer long. So it was necessary. Absolutely. This is RV card celebration already in motion so we can move ahead on our journey. Very strong yes. So he is already taken out. So no worries. Always use your discernment, when you hear these things. Are we going to need to make tater salad? Oh gosh. Well, if we can get some of our family members married off, sure. Okay. Let's see. Miss Lisa has the next one. Yesterday, the police raided a house in my neighborhood. What or who were they looking for? Well, at least it wasn't your house. Okay. What's going on in Lisa's neighborhood? Oh, interesting. They've been watched for a while. They had to wait and catch them off guard. What have they been doing? Ugh. Ugh. Curious to know, does Hawaii have cartels? I don't know. But it's a cartel energy. Military's been watching them for a while. So they're involved in trafficking of all sorts of things, not just people, like pages, but drugs, money, guns, whatever. But it's somebody that works. It's a cartel operation. I don't know. I don't know what goes on the islands. You have to tell me, Miss Lisa. But they are head of organization running money. Yeah, these are big leaders. You have 3 kings in here. So that this house is kind of like a front. They use it like a safe house or something, and right under your nose. And we were told that a lot of the stuff that we'd find out was literally in our backyard. So, wow. The things we think we know, but we don't, right? All right. What do we got? Oh, I already did that. Miss Marcy. All right. On this UBI, Universal Basic Income, is that money coming from our straw man accounts? It should be. Now we don't get all of it. I don't think they can pay everybody everything. But let's ask. I can't pay too much at one time. Everybody will quit. I think they're going to stretch it out over a few years. Does the UBI come from the straw man accounts? If anybody knows what the straw man accounts are, it's your birth certificate, your chattel numbers. And if nobody knows it, the birth certificates and all that, you would think, I don't know, Department of Health and Human Resources and governmental entities like that would be covered. They would handle that. But do you know that your birth certificate, and Social Security, and we have Social Security Administration, but it's a sub company. Your birth certificate is under the Department of Transportation because you're chattel. Yeah, if you didn't know. Let's see. Does this money come from the straw man? Yes and no. Yeah, this is okay. That's interesting. Those of us that are going to have quantum accounts, it's already in there, so that's good to know. It is, but this is Mr. T's tariff money, the stuff that's coming in and out. Some of it's coming from that too. Okie dokie. Hope that answers your question. Because we don't get it all back, but it's partly from that stuff. They're not going to, like, if you've been traded on the stock market 47,000 times, they can't pay you all of that all at one time. So in order to do maybe the basic when you were first born and what was taken from you, plus money from tariffs, it's a lot more money than we realize. All right, let me go back. Pauline. There we go. What we got? Is Obama the Antichrist? Well, I'm going to tell you what I know, but I will pull cards, I promise. He has an Antichrist spirit, okay? But according to Scripture, in the book of Daniel, chapter 11, they talk about the characteristics of an Antichrist. And it says that he doesn't worship a god or the gods of his father. And he has no preference and prefers not to be married. Okay. Obama worships Muhammad. He's Muslim and he's married, whether it's to Big Mike, whatever. And then First Timothy chapter 4 also talks about that. So that he doesn't recognize any existing God, that he exalts himself above everyone else. So Obama doesn't have those characteristics, but I believe he has an Antichrist spirit. But I will pull cards. Ego and information step aside. This is straight from spirit. Is Obama the Antichrist? Yeah, in First Timothy, he actually will tell people not to eat certain foods, not to worship gods, not to get married. So, unnecessary worry. No, he's been taken out. Does he have that inner turmoil, Antichrist spirit? Yes, absolutely. We have not seen the Antichrist yet. He's still hidden. Is he on the planet? Yes, but he is still a mystery and secretive. Yeah, Obama's out. You're looking at Obama probably 5.0 at this point. Yep. He's got that internal struggle, meaning uprising in spirit. So he has an Antichrist spirit, but he's not the Antichrist. The Antichrist is secret. Obama's already been taken out. No longer with us. Okie dokie. And if you start to see someone come out in the public that has the characteristics that I just talked about, you might start putting two and two together. You remember, he's going to have the soft heart like Yeshua. He's going to be so loving and so kind for a short period of time. But don't look for him to be married, or he's not going to have a religious affiliation or anything like that. So there's things that they tell us to look for. Okay. Did I hurt my middle finger? Yes. Yeah, I cut my finger. This morning I had the excavator Band-Aid on, and then I had to change it after, washing dishes. So now I have a baby dragon. So I have no adult Band-Aids in my house. They're all either princess, construction vehicles. Can you tell that I'm just prepared for grandbabies, boo-boos? But yes, I cut my finger. Y'all don't want to be looking at that. It's not serious. But I don't want to handle the cards with it being open. So, all right, let me refresh coffee. All right. All right, Miss Remy. Is this police report accurate, or are they just trying to hide the truth? I don't know what police report we're talking about, but I don't need to know. That's okay. All right. Is this police report accurate? Is it your police report? I don't know. I'm just going to say the police report that Rummy's talking about. They'll know what it is. Is it accurate? Or are they just hiding the truth? It's accurate. This is all about integrity and trustworthy. There's your yes. It is compiled by multiple people in the department, so everybody and witnesses, things like that. But yes, it is divine. It says accurate. So, whatever police report you're talking about, it is accurate. It's always good to question, though, because we know that many of the departments can be corrupt. All right. Miss Mary. Is U.S. Bank Basel III compliant? Okay. Yep. Looks like they might have some closures, though. They might be condensing down. They might be temporary shutdown too to reboot. They really need to reboost their system. So, because everything has to be military grade. Okay. And getting their gold backed stuff. It is, but you may see some pauses. Okay. And they might try to consolidate. But it looks like they're waiting on their gold, their resources to back up their numbers. But yeah, they're compliant. A lot of smaller branches might shut down, and you might just have to deal with the larger bank in a big city. So a lot of them did that because in order to the money that they claim that they have has to be equal in gold. But in order to afford that, they closed some of the smaller branches and just consolidated so they won't have so much outgoing pay for employees and building maintenance and things like that. But it says they're compliant. Had to make some big changes though. Okay. A good way to understand what bank is compliant or not, if they haven't shut down like completely or rebranded, I mean they're still operating right now, they're okay. Even the credit unions. Okay. Miss Lisa, are there banks in Hawaii that are Basel III compliant? Oh, we on a bank kick today, aren't we? Okay. We do not have any national banks, only local banks. Yeah, like I just talked about, I'll pull cards. Um, you may not have the big banks. They might be smaller credit unions or family-owned banks or whatever, but if they're still open and functioning, they're being watched. But we'll take a look. Lisa, yours might be a little bit different because I found it interesting that Hawaii was listed under its own nation, so I swear they're going to give it back to the natives, and it's going to be its own kingdom. So it might be a little different, but we'll look. Are the banks in Hawaii Basel III compliant? Well, death card pops out, so that tells us it's been a slow process. And out with the old, in with the new. And that's where I talk about rebranding. It might still look the same, be called the same, but under new management. Yeah, God's got you, lovey. Yeah. Out with it. So it was a slow process getting them there, but they've already gotten rid of the old system, and they've wrapped up and completed it. That's celebration. So yeah, they're Basel III compliant. No worries. Just a rebranding kind of thing. It's more like a repeopling kind of thing. So they might be called the same thing, but different. The good guys are running it. Okay. Remy wants a cheeseburger. Are you still on a liquid diet? I bet that's a long process. Moon's got the next one. My thyroid test came back too high, so they lowered my dosage. Is my thyroid healing starting to work? Also, is that the cause of my tremors? It was too high. Could be. It's the endocrine system that can cause nervous system tremors. Let's see. It was too high. Well, most people I know that's always been too low. All right. Is the thyroid healing starting to work? You know, I've heard great things about the red light therapy on thyroids, that it works quickly and it helps a lot. I think, now, for me personally, my opinion, before we get into med beds or can purchase the Tesla beds or whatever, red light therapy beds or the lights would be a great investment when you get your money. It's just my opinion. You don't have to. You've been doing something different. So you've kind of taken control over the situation. You spoke up and said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Yeah, there's your strong. Yeah. Good for taking control. So you've reversed it. Just curious, Moon, if it was really low before, you reversed it too well, sweetheart. Yeah. All right. I'm going to pull. Yes, wings. Yeah. Okay. I was getting ready to pull cards, a whole other set. And he says, no, just keep doing it. He said, I put them in there. Okay. The tremors, yes, it can cause multiple symptoms, loss of control. Okay. But it's going to ease up. You may have them sometimes and then they'll ease up. You've got to decide what you're going to do about your medication or whatever treatment you're doing. It will go away. Okay. All right. Miss Colleen. Colleen, what's my other Colleen in the chat? A parasite zapper? You gonna get one of them bug zappers we put on our front porch? Okay. What's a parasite zapper? I'm just curious. I like the name. But I just keep thinking of the bug zappers we put outside. All right, my other Colleen. Is my son in law's mother going to have a tower moment when living alone is no longer possible? Unfortunately, that's usually what happens, isn't it? Wow. She just likes to be by herself. Watch her sitting pretty, going, "You can't touch me. I'm going to live here as long as I want to." I never blame anybody for being independent and wanting to be in control. I understand that. She's a tough cookie. Looky there. Just as much as she thinks she's tough and I'm independent. Well, there's your tower. Yeah, it'll happen. It takes some time because she's stubborn. Even after the tower moment, she's going to lay there and go, "I've fallen and I can't get up, but if you think I'm moving out of my house, you can think again." She's very stubborn. But yeah, she will, unfortunately. Hmm. Ugh. Wings is saying a possible stroke because I feel something in my head. Oh my goodness. A frequency device to rid you of your parasites. Well, I'm all about frequency stuff. Curious to know what it's called or who sells it. All right. Miss Mary. Divine does the divine. Divine does the divine. I like this. Now you're talking redneck. Creator, think about baptism. That's a good question. All right. Believe it or not, when I was baptized, the water didn't turn black. Just saying. God, how do you feel about baptism? And I'm assuming you're talking about the water baptism. Because, spiritually, there's a baptism by fire. So I'm assuming this is the donkey dunk. Interesting. I'm trying to explain this the best way I can. So it is a cleansing. For him, it's considered a cleansing for all the stuff you're holding on to. Just start over again, you're kind of just starting a new life. It is kind of a cleansing. It's a metaphoric washing away and showing that you have learned your lessons. Now, remember, a tower moment doesn't mean that if you get baptized, it's going to kill you. That's not what it's saying. The tower card in tarot can also represent sometimes you have to hit your rock bottom and you cry out to God and say, "I've learned my lessons. I'm turning back to God. And I've learned. I'm not going to do it again." It moves you away from those tower moments. Okay. Because you got to read it in order. It makes things better. Okay. Don't fear it. It strengthens your soul. Okay. Just saying. It's a victory. It is a victory. You should celebrate it. If it doesn't set right with you, then don't do it. He's not going to interfere with your free will. But according to him, he likes it. If do it if you have learned your lessons. Do it if you mean it, basically. Not because you're scared. You know what I mean? You got to do it for the right reasons. So your purpose has got to be right. Your intentions. We talk about that a lot here. So he says good. But like I said, it's not any I didn't get anything evil that it's based on something that the evil came up with. That he's good with it. But it's what's in your heart. Okay? Hi, Rock. You mean you're not in the garage? Wow. You're out in daylight. Do you have your new purse? And your new dress on? You're right, Linda. Even Jesus was baptized. Well, hello, who's her story? It's okay. All right. Miss Colleen. Can I get a message from Spurt? You sure can. All right. Let's see what we got. Yes, Wanks, I will tell them. Thank you. Is that a warning? Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of a warning. That's weird. Okay. That came out, and normally he's a manifester. But he can be a trickster. Magicians, they pull tricks, right? Your discernment needs to be heightened right now. You have some pages in your life, kids that are trying to pull the wool over your eyes, distract you. Look over here, mom, not here. You're gonna have to dig deep. Trust your mama bear intuition of what they're up to. I just wonder if they're trying to look here, not there. Are they manipulating you? Trying to convince you they're not into mischief? You don't have to answer. I'm just curious because that's what I'm picking up on. Like siblings are in cahoots. They're leaving you out of anything they're up to. Just be on a heightened alert. Most mama bears kind of know when their kids are trying to pull the wool over their eyes. So just be careful. Okay. Not that you know of. Well, here in the near future, just pay attention. Just be heightened just a little bit. Pay attention. And I don't know. You got some financial cards in there. Maybe what they're spending their money on. I don't know. It's just those cards together represent be careful. You know, kids are always, Mom, I'm going to the library to study, and they're taking money and they're going to some rock concert across the state line. I don't know. But just be careful. Miss Pam, may I have a message from Spurt, please? Yes, you may. All right. Yesterday I had a full day of back to back readings. All beautiful people. All beautiful people. But I have noticed some similarities in energy recently. Do you know what the collective is low on right now? Self love. So if that is an issue for you, I want you to remember your mirror challenge, okay? When you stand in front of that mirror, do you love what you see? Okay, just curious. But I've noticed that self love is very, very important. Miss Pam, are you in some spiritual battle here? What in the world? Hmm. Dealing with things beyond the veil, maybe things that you've seen or heard or experienced you just can't control. You kind of start setting some boundaries up, or maybe you try to convince your emotions this ain't happening, but you're speaking out in prayer. I get it. I'm just curious to know if you've been attacked. You've also got two angels sitting here going, We got you. You're divinely protected. It's almost like that there's an entity. I don't have the devil card, but there's something there in the spirit realm. Okay, there's the negative that I was looking for. You're going to have to trust your own words and actions that you take using your voice to stand up and get these in it. I don't know who's attacking you, but they're not going to let up. Stand your ground. You have higher ground because you got these angels. Call upon Yeshua and Michael and all the heavenly hosts and absolutely stand your ground. But you've got some kind of, is it a portal? I kept seeing an opening. Is it a portal? Oh, God's got you. Okay, you're the only one that can defend it. Okay, God, thank you. No, it's an attachment that has come in through a portal somewhere you have been. I don't get one in your house. You got some negative energy here in attachment. I don't think Nadia is taking clients right now. Back heart chakra. All right. I did a little something, just a real quick thing. But prayer meditation can do this. There's an attachment on the back heart chakra. Let me make a note of this because I can do further cutting of cords after. All right. Hi, Miss Kay. How are you? Roman, our sweet, sweet Roman. And I think one of the things that Roman, I was just curious if you got triggered with the loser joke thing. Were you bullied as a kid? Most of us, I think, were, and that's some healing that hasn't been done yet. If it was a trigger for you, I am sorry that it hurt you, but around here we ain't picking on you sarcastically. I mean that's how we show love. So did I learn what spirit wanted me to? Did we all learn how powerful words are, even with the most awake? Am I still meant to be part of this group? We are here, sweetheart. Was listening in, though. Why did it happen? Well, before I even read just that, it happened because of some painful past memories that you've had. It triggered and awakened something maybe you thought didn't exist anymore. And I believe in divine timing and actions and things that happen. And even though my intentions were not to upset you, obviously it was allowed to happen that, that you could go through the experience and figure out what you needed to learn. But I'm going to answer your questions. Um, let's see. Words are very, very powerful. But we also have to understand the intent behind the words. Are they meant to be destructive? And not everybody understands everybody's sense of humor either. So words are important, and I get that. But I also come from a generation that our motto was fuck your feelings. Do you know what I mean? I care about you, and there's a reason that it bothered you, and I think there's just something that you haven't let go of. But let's see if you've learned what spirit wanted you to. And I wholeheartedly believe that you're meant to stay here and be a part of this group. We love you. Roman, this is childhood memories card. Giving and receiving. Who did it to you? It's been building up for quite a while, love. You had some pretty tough decisions to make looking into the future. Do I want to stick around and listen to this crazy woman? She hurt my feelings. After a little bit of patience, learning patience, that mercy and grace, Spirit saying it took you down. It did. But yes, you took action. It's just going in and reviewing the trigger. Where did it come from? And it's a work in progress. You have to be patient. Have mercy and grace with yourself. All right? Anytime, and not this is for everyone, not just Roman. Anytime something bothers you, stop and ask yourself, is it them or is it me? We know there's just stupid people out there. I get it. They trigger me, but it's a control thing because you just kind of want to shake their teeth down their throat and going, I don't understand you. But it's still the same concept. It's not because they're ignorant. It's because it triggers me. Okay, that's why I avoid people. But I get that you are on a very personal soul journey, Roman. We all are, but this is something that has been buried so deep. And you just kind of thought, nah, it's gone. I'm good. But it only took that. It happened for a reason. So it's one of those sorry, not sorry. Does that make sense? You're meant to be here, honey. Okay. It was rough because you took it personal. Yeah. Because it was me. You thought you belonged. Spirit always moves me away with rough always. So I thought it was part of it. It got you out of your comfort zone. We do know that. And now you have to figure out. Because if you think I'm just flat out mean and this is not the place for you, you have every right to leave. I'm not gonna stop you. That's your free will. I just want you to know that you are loved and you are welcome here and you're a part of this family. Okay. All right. Sean Smith, aka Secret Person. I know who you are. Hi. Any advice from Spirit regarding the ongoing situation next door? You don't want to ask me. I'm glad you asked Spirit because you don't want my answer. Somebody might go to jail. Just saying. And I thought last time we checked into this that maybe it was somebody else. Everybody got neighbor problems. That he was going to go to jail. That's the problem when energy changes. But let's see what is going to happen with this neighbor. Are we going to have to come and do a moving party for you and Miss Mary? And maybe Miss Lisa, because people beating down doors in her neighborhood too. Yeah, telling you something you don't already know. A slow process. There's hope and optimism for the future. Ugh. Does he steal from your property? You have the upper hand. I don't know what security. If do you have secret security? Oh yeah, because like you have Secret Service. No, that's not what I meant. Like a camera or something. You've got judgment here. I almost get that he's going to be removed from the situation. That he's just being watched. This guy has mental childhood problems. Like it's deep. He's not right in the head. Boundaries. Trust your instinct. What's your instinct telling you? As long as it's legal. Okay. Security measures, avoidance, and I'm probably listening to everything that you've probably already done. You're doing everything that you possibly can. It's really about patience. Judgment will happen. Bright beginnings are coming. Ask yourself, is it getting to the point that he's going to run you out of the neighborhood? It's being investigated. Yeah. Cameras everywhere. Yeah. You're probably already doing basically Spirit saying you've got everything in place. He's being watched. People know what he's doing. They know his secrets. It's literally a patience game. I wish I could tell you something better. I mean, I could, but it's not legal. So, we'll move on. Joe Patrie. Hi, honey. Eve wants to know who in Spirit World kissed her cheek while she was in twilight sleep and why. Was it a man? I don't know. Let's take a look. Hi, Eve, if you're listening. I was asleep last night, and my mom and my son Michael came in and sat on my bed. I felt the bed give way, and I'm like, good God, my bed can only hold so much weight. Yeah, I felt it, and I woke up, and that's who was there, and I'm like, hey, I'm like, y'all ain't gonna let me sleep, are you? Oh, interesting. Who's your mama? Okay. I'll figure out what the message is in a second because obviously there is one. Now, I'm going to pull these down here. All right. She came by herself, but that's not how it started. Up here, there's a negative energy that has come in. that is trying to convince you that it's somebody nice. Mama's there to protect. You see these two cards? She came by herself, but these cards are very, very powerful. Mama came in and said, "Mwah, Mommy got you. Now, Mama got to go whoop some ass now, okay?" All right, because she doesn't want you to suffer. Okay. So one of the messages mom's given you is try not to take this as a scary disappointment of somebody messing with you. I'm going to try to figure out who it is or what the message is. But it was mama. Is this a warning? Did your mom wear some kind of like a moo dress? Like it's got pockets in it or something. Jojo, honey? Oh my gosh. They're after you trying to go through Eve. Yeah, there's that card again. That's JoJo's card. And if anybody doesn't know, some of my closest, longest friends in here have cards attached to them that I know them with. This is about Joe at nighttime. They're after you, honey. They're going to Eve. Yeah. So, Mom, the card comes back in here. JoJo, you're the one that has to use your voice. So there's a message. So telling Eve, tell your sister to do her thing so Eve can sleep better at night. They are trying to take Eve out like with health because this represents sickness or injury or being down. All right. There's an entity watching Eve. Jojo, you're the one that's going to have to fight this critter off. I don't get a strong energy here. I don't think it's very big, but it's enough to irritate Eve, especially at nighttime. So mom's there to protect, to give you the message. Jojo, you got to do your thing, honey. Get your dragon. You do whatever you got to do, okay? You thought it was Terry Goss, childhood boyfriend. I don't have I could ask specifically if the entity was Terry Goss. I could do that. Because you have a male energy watching. Let me give you a yes or no on Terry. I just don't, it doesn't feel, I don't know, Terry, but the spirit lets me know if it's accurate or not. Because this is almost cloaked. No, it's not Terry. Terry's with your mom. You might be picking up that energy. This is childhood friend that you've lost. I don't like this. This is fear of an off-world. This is a negative entity, and we all know that off-worlders can cloak themselves. So they might use a familiar energy to cloak. Terry's with mom, not evil. I don't know. Mama gave you the kiss. There's an entity there. It's not Terry. Terry's there on the good side with mom. You have a negative off-worlder cloaking this energy. So Jojo, ultimately, do your thing. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah, she likes her moo I know. I kept seeing her. I kept seeing this lady in a moo standing there, and I'm like, "Yes, ma'am. I help you." And then I realized, oh, that's Jojo's mom. Okay. So Eve, I hope that answered your question, but Joe knows what she's got to do. Okay, honey, you're on it. I know you are. All right. Roman. What's the truth for sure? Are Satan and Lucifer and Moloch and the rest actually stopped for good? No. I'll pull cards so you don't take my word for it. But no, they'll be paused for a season, but it won't be until the final battle where Yeshua speaks it and says, "You're done," that I will ask without my opinion being in it. Because we still haven't dealt with the Antichrist yet. But let's see. I understand, Wings. Thank you. He said you're going to get an ace. But I have to explain what it means. It means we're at the stage where Satan gets kicked out of heaven. If you read Revelation, he has not been kicked out yet, not completely. We're at that stage. Boundaries have been set. He is not allowed to interfere for a season while we go through this golden age of everything new and being restored. Yes, Boomer, I hear you. Just a minute. But strategically, yeah, he gets to lay low for a while, and then he has plans to come back bigger and stronger. Okay, people are going to be confused by what I'm explaining, and I understand that. He will come in disguise. That means he's going to come, the son of perdition. So he's being removed. I'm glad Wang says you're going to get an ace, but that's not what it means. He showed me heaven's gates. He's been thrown out. He's not allowed back in. We have a golden age. It's a season only. And while he rebuilds and strategically builds his army, strengthens it, and then he's going to come back in a different form, which is the son of perdition, if that makes sense. So basically, if you want to sum it up, we're on a Satan break, if that makes sense. Okay. I know. It's irritating, isn't it? Hang on. Let me let Boomer out. Because he is throwing a tantrum and banging on the door like a popo. Stubborn fur baby he is. All right. What's we got? Yes, Boomer boy. He's stinking rotten. We got 3 questions. We'll probably have room. I'll go back in if there's any in there. I'll take a couple of them. That doesn't mean go add any more. There's already some added I haven't gotten. Let me refresh this coffee page first. Okay, we're good. It's Colleen. I'm hearing some intense humming noise. Is it electronics or something else? Okay. Wings is showing me just atmospheric frequencies. Have you all been having a lot of ear problems recently? Because I have. I lose hearing, and then it gets real high pitched. It's crazy. It does. It's all over the place. Does things, but I know that we're staying in a higher frequency, and these meat sack bodies are trying to adjust. Electronics or something else. You might be getting really sensitive to electronics. But this will show if it's just like ascension symptoms, meaning you're adapting to the higher frequency. It's just you. So if you try to blame it on the electronics, everybody's going to let you and go, what? No, it's not. It's just you. Get excited because you're raising your frequency. Yeah. Trust your intuition. Look at you. Congratulations. I know it doesn't seem like it's a congratulating moment, especially if it's painful, but it really is a good thing. It's just you, and it's a good thing. So good for you for raising your frequency. You moving on up like the Jeffersons. Can you imagine if we had to elevate the frequency and it happened all at one time? It'd blow our eardrums out. Okay. All right, Eva. My middle son lost or misplaced 2 of his favorite rings. Can Spirit help us find them? Please and thank you. Well, we'll do our best. If we can find a baby quilt, see if we can find some rings. I'm going to pull cards, and then I'm also going to use pendulum as well. And how I use tarot to do this, there's cards that'll tell me if it's on his personal possession, like only in his backpack, or it's in your home, or if it's out lost in public in the community. That's what I'm looking for. It's not like I have a card in here that represents, oh, it's in this closet downstairs. No. Where are these rings? Well, he worried about them too. Are they family heirlooms or really something he wanted to pass down? Well, we're going to find them. Is there a girlfriend? I don't know how old your sons are. Yeah, there's this female. You know how girls like to wear guys' rings? Yeah, I said, does this girl have them? I don't know that obviously he didn't know that she took them. I don't know. Might help if I put the live chat back on so I can see your answers if you're still in here. She may not be. She's not in here. I get that a female has them. Let me see. That 10, that's generational in the family. Who has these rings? Are they, well, let's do this. Are they lost? Are these rings lost? They're not lost. Is there a female that has taken them? Yes. Well, now this is where your son comes in and tries to figure out what females have been around him. Okay. That it narrows down process of elimination. So he didn't lose them. Someone has them. So now he gets to interrogate. Okay. So have your son backtrack, figure out what females have been around him. Okay. All right. Eva's got the next one. Also, where is my man? All right. I like the dramatic version of that question. All right. You're going to have to hunt him down. That's sweet. I remember when my babies were small enough to sit in the sink, probably for like 2 weeks of their life. I had giant children. Wonder why. It's the sweetest thing to let them play. Hey, throw the dirty dishes in there. Get it all done at one time. Just don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Oh, where's Eva's man? She needs a man. I'm going to tell you, you need to be patient. A lot of times, loved ones, partners don't come in because they want you to have your independence and learn to be satisfied being alone and what you can learn from it. What do we have? Oh, memories. Remember what it was like to have a man? He's there. Interesting. You're being guarded spiritually, though, because you don't need a thief and liar right now. But there's your married card. There is one there, but right now, you don't need one because they'll rob you blind. Oh, I hope I turn the deck around. Oh, what? Be patient? He's there in secret. Rest. He's coming. How beautiful. Yeah, he's coming in the future. He's going to be part of the financial movement, which that seems to be the theme that anybody that's looking for a partner, male or female, every time I do a reading, it says you're going to meet them when you start doing your project, humanitarian projects. We start mingling together and the family grows and grows and grows. That's where they're going to come from because it's like-minded spirit and mind. Okay. He's coming, Eva. Be patient. Apparently, there is possibilities that someone could have entered your life, but Spirit's like, nope, they're a thief. Don't do it right now. You need to establish yourself. All right, I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to run back up here, and I'm going to find out where I left off and do a couple more. I think her story had the next one. If you're doing questions, I am. I'd like to just see what the cards say because they're be way too much to have just one question. Gotta test the spirits, right? Oh, you're more than welcome to test the spirits. I'm glad you think that way. Should, because I'm not always right. All right, you'd like to just see what the cards say, just at random general pull? I will do that. I don't know why it wants these cards. Okay. Anxious for a fresh start. Ooh, a little bit stressed. You anxious for a fresh start with this is financial security because you just worn yourself out. Ooh, entrepreneurship, starting new projects, beginning something new business wise, could be a new job. Yeah, you're thinking about leaving the old life behind. You've made a choice. You're gonna be making a choice. Um, to get your financial matters in order here. Trust your intuition of what you want to do. What she's very nurturing. So if there's something that you want to do in the future, go with it. Is it helping the homeless, the poor? It's really humanitarian, people that just don't have enough because you know what it feels like. So if there's something that you're focusing on, you want to be able to move forward with generational wealth where you can help everybody that doesn't have anything. But there's an internal battle going on here of exactly what do I call it? How do I get started? It's like getting the logistics of it can be a little hard. Okay. That is the energy that they picked up on, and that's how I read it. So if it resonates, it great. If not, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Let me, well, first let me check the coffee page. Okay. I'll hunt for one more and then I'll let you go. Who else we got? Well, I gotta find them. Sorry, chat's really long today. I'll find one eventually. Oh, Debbie's got one. There's Debbie. I'm using LifeWave patches X39 and X49. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being great, are these good for me? Not cheap to use. I've heard of LifeWave. Some of the podcasters in the community use them. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being great, are they good for you? So they're expensive? LifeWave. Is it good for Debbie? My question to you is, how do you feel on it? You've been getting better. Hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, Life Wave, it really is about the money. They kind of want to help people. So it's about a 6. You're going to be a little disappointed for your money. It's not going to complete what you really want it to do. You've got some things here that absolutely just can't be fixed with the Life Wave. If you want the minimum just to kind of give you a little boost and get you going, complete healing is not going to happen. You might just be disappointed for the money you're forking out here. Okay. Um, and I think it's based on what I'm getting is it's based on everyone's chemistry is different. It does some people really, really good and is full complete, and then others it doesn't help at all, and some are in the middle. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the temptation of the money. It has I think there was good intentions when it first started, but now it has turned into this massive money, 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 money. You know what I mean? It basically can only do so much. A 6 is still on the upper end, so only you can decide what you can afford and if it's worth it. Because I haven't researched. I've heard of it, but I've never researched it. Okay. All right. Mark Atwood uses X39. I know a lot of people in the community that use it and then push it and sell it because then they get a discount or a percentage and um yeah, Roman, I struggle with that too. That's why I don't promote any products here. Just I don't know, I can't get behind it. Yes, people have bills to pay, and I understand that, but some people take it too far. When half your show's promoting stuff, that's irritating. Yeah. Let's just all pray and manifest these med beds, okay? That's what we're going to do. All right. I am going to take this camera off. Check the coffee page one more time. All right, we're good. And then I'm going to bid you adieu for this Wednesday. And um, once again, tomorrow we'll do the Bible discussion. Friendly, judgment-free sharing of opinions. No one is perfect. No one has all the answers. We'll just have a friendly discussion of dates and things that are going on and what we can see happening. A lot of people in this, community, spiritual community, have difference of opinions. It's okay. It's all right. You do you, boo, and I do me. But it's okay to come together and share. Okay. Jojo McWill, I didn't see your question, love. I'll hang on for another minute if you want to retype it. The first one that I came into the room was Miss Lisa's. Um, I scroll back up here. I see where you said the abdominal pain subsided midweek, just like the card said. Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. Hmm. Yeah, I don't see it, honey. All right. Let me scroll back down if you want to. Way at the top after Lisa. Well, hugs, Roman. Let me see. I have Lisa, Marcy, Colleen, Mary, Remy. I don't even see you in here, Jojo. I'm telling you, you cannot trust YouTube and their chat rooms. I do not see it, sweetie. The first thing that I see that you say in here is praying for the victims and families of the shooting. Other than that, and you said hi to Roman. That's all I see. All right, here we go. Could I please get some insight into seeing a female Native American with a large golden headdress on? Next look at her, she seemed to be a female lion with a large golden headdress. You sure she's Native American and not Lyran? Because Lyran's cloak and they can shapeshift. Maybe to not make you afraid, she looked Native American, but it's really truly a Lyran. That's where the energy feels. But let's pull cards real quick. A lot of times, the off-world families, if they're not more, a lot of them look very humanoid, but some don't, and they have to take extremes so they don't freak us out. So they'll appear as something that seems familiar to us. Kind of that's what I thought. Um, it's an introduction. She's one of your shamans. Yeah, coming in between densities. Interesting. Wants to teach you something. Okay, so we're searching for permission. Ask yourself if you give her permission to come back. There's something she wants to teach you. Yeah. Get excited about it. Look at these pages. This is a new experience that you're going to have, JoJo. She's going to help you. Just get excited about it. She has an idea. And this is starting a new you could say project, but new job. It's like there's something that she wants to give you to do for humanitarian information. Like I tell you what you can do to help humanity. I got a great project for you. I want to teach you about it. Do I have permission to come back? It's kind of what she's saying. So just in a simple prayer or meditation, say, whoever came, if you are of the divine, you have my permission to come back and teach me. Okay. Yes, there's something that they want to teach you how to do to make a project go really, really well to get the most out of the most benefits for humanity. Okay. So it's a shaman, and they teach us a lot of stuff. Don't be surprised if it's in a dream form. And if you wake up and you remember it, write it down right away because you may not be able to remember it later. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. Wow. I just realized that I have to do the zodiac reading this weekend. I'll put that out Sunday or Monday. I am not working Monday because it's Labor Day and Lee has the day off. So I'm going to take that day and spend with him and then I'll pick back up. But you will get the zodiac reading for the month of September. Okay. Right, Roman. Sometimes it doesn't show up if you typed. It makes me so mad, and it takes about 24 hours for the live chat to show back up after I end the stream. And questions that were in there that I'm seeing 24 hours later were not in there when I went live. It's irritating. Yeah. YouTube is the host, but I'm using StreamYard. And when those two don't talk to each other the right way, I miss out on a lot of questions, unfortunately. Um, this is why, like when Nadia is on, she has two screens. She's got one that's YouTube and mutes it so she can watch that chat. And StreamYard is a totally different chat room. So it is irritating. I apologize. I just don't have any control over it. Okay. All right. But that's it. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Think positive, work on some self-love, all that good gratitude stuff. And I'll see you in the morning for the oracles. And you've got a little bit of time left. If you have not signed up and you want to be a part of our friendly chit chat tomorrow, you are more than welcome. Okay. We're not going to be in a bitch fest of who's right and who's wrong. We're going to share ideas. Okay. All right. You don't see my email? Well, let me take this off. And I'll put this up there. Oh, how about a better one? It's just the email. I'll give you a second to look at that. So we'll do that tomorrow. And then Friday, I'll do a normal show. And I'm sure some of you are already thinking of questions. It won't let us share email or number. They're a pain, aren't they? Now you can go after the show or in a separate window and open up just my regular YouTube page and it's all there. It's crazy. Okay. All right, guys. Enjoy your Wednesday. Be blessed. Be calm. Be loving. 'Cause I love ya. Bye.